In this video, I'm doing a commentary on a backgammon bot versus bot match. One of the best ways to learn and improve at backgammon is by watching other people play. And this format that I use with having the bot play itself is a perfect format because this is the best player in the world. It's playing against itself, and the entire match is analyzed so you can study it, look at some of the errors. And here I set it for advanced level, so it'll make some errors and see if you would make those same plays or make different plays, modify the position, and there's a lot to learn. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you'd like to see in future videos so I can work on it. I appreciate your super thanks. These small donations help me continue to create the high quality content that you enjoy. And with the membership feature, you can get exclusive access to the most popular videos. My book, Backgammon Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is also in the description. Again, I'm doing a commentary on a 3-point match between XG and XG set at the advanced level. We're playing on the beautiful Mind Skill board used at the Oasis tournament run by my good friend Patrick Jabali in Dubai. The XG board is made by Rain. He makes beautiful XG boards. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. Red will be playing at the bottom, white at the top. 3-point match bearing off on the left, and here we go. So 6-4 in a 3-point match. Okay, so you're supposed to split, but that's okay. Double 5 is going to point on head. Now you double more aggressively at this score. 6-4 will come in and safety. Double 5 moves a lot of freight. Okay, so good racing lead with the 4-2 can make that point. Now it's a 15 pip lead. Great roll. Double 2 splits and points on head. Danced. Now it's a double. You've got to pass this one. 1-0 in favor of red. So with the 6-3, you're supposed to split. Now with the 4-1, you can slot or split. That's a little bit too conservative. It's a little bit early of a double, I believe. So now 2-1 is going to slot. 6-1 will make the bar point. 2-1 splits. Double 5 is a good roll. Makes 2 points on head. 5-2 comes in with both checkers. Now white's looking to attack. Attacks both. Double 5. That's a great roll. Comes in and can make the 3-point. 6-1. So here's the thing about this score is now red can no longer redouble. That's part of the reason why you send an initial double. Double 2. Okay, makes the 4-point. Now 6-2 can come out and hit. There's a double shot. Doesn't hit there. Double 5 hits loose there. Danced. 4-2 will hit and create another builder. 6-1 comes in. Another shot. 3-2. So that's the 2, and the 3 will come closer. That was a little awkward. I felt double 1, so makes the bar point. There you go. 4-2. 4-3. That's another shot. Now white has very poor timing for a 1-2 back game. You need about 100 pips in terms of the racing deficit, and it's about even. And now things are worse. That 6 prime is really strong. Actually, it's a 5 prime, but it doesn't matter. It's very strong against the 1-2 back game. 5-3 is completely forced. Double 6 will make the 8-point. No, doesn't make the 8-point. Okay. We'll take a look at that one in the analysis. 6-2, the 6 is forced. 3-1 hits from there. 5-1 comes in with the 1. Now with the 5-2 brings in another builder. 3-2 has to break the 4-point. 6-2 still can't cover. Oh, that 2 was awkward. 5-3. Making some errors here. That's what it does. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double 4 is forced. And now, oh, it left a shot there. Didn't have to. 2-1. Just try to clear. Couldn't move. 3-1. White hits the shot there. So now white has a chance. 5-3, the 5 is forced, and then continue. 5-1 can hit. All right. So 4-1, playing 4-3 with that one. 6-3, I'm going to come around all the way and hit. 2-1, the 1 comes in, and the 2 5-3 can hit and continue, or doesn't even hit. Doesn't need a gammon. You don't need to do that here. 6-3. Okay, so this is going to be a bear off, and red is a huge favorite here. 3-2. 4-3 is going to bear off 2 checkers. And that's going to be gin. Now I'll analyze it. Okay, so that was a relatively quick 2-point match, but there's always something to learn. So with the 6-4 at 3-away, 3-away, this is you want to actually split it slightly better. Running is close, and making the point is also close. The other thing that we can do is look at it at different scores, because the opening position is very important because it occurs in every single game. So it's important to understand how to play it at all the different scores. So I'll put this on another board. There we go, 6-4, and let's make it a 5-point match. So when you see this now, it's right to actually make the 2-point. The reason for that is because if the cube ever gets turned to 2, the gammon value is high on a 2 cube at 5-away, 5-away, because a double gammon gets you to get to 4 points, which gets you to the Crawford game. So that's valuable. But a double gammon doesn't do that at 3-away, 3-away. Okay. So then the double 5 was the standard blitz, and the 6-4 had to come in and safety that checker. Another double 5 was a little awkward because it moves a little too much freight, but those 2 checkers are still stranded back there. And the 4-2 was a straightforward making that 4-point. Double 2 was great. Okay, so this is what you want to do. Point on head and then look for the 4th one, and you just want to split. And then this was a double, and this was a big pass. So some of the things I like to do is to see, why was it a pass? So one of the things we could do is look at the dice distribution. And then after double take. So what are the rolls that are really good? Double 4, look what that does. It makes this point, and double 3 as well. Double 6 will make this point. So anytime you make another interboard point, that's really strong. They're all like really high. Okay, so there's that, and then you can look at the second rolls. You see anytime white dances, that's like really good. So you have a lot of good sequences. So what can we do to make it not a double, or make it a take at least? Let's try that. Now it's not even a double. Look at how big a difference that was. What if we do this? Now it's a double, but it's still a take because of this blockade here. Yeah. So those are the things you need to understand. You go look at the position. If you don't know why it was such a big pass, well, these gaps are important. When you fill the gap, then it's still a take. Okay, and there's 1 checker on the bar. Next, we'll go to game 2. So this was the right play here is to split like this, and then the 4-1 should either slot or split the back checkers. That's very conservative. Yeah, splitting the back checkers like this is the right play. This is a small error, and this is actually a blunder. It results in this position. A lot of people are really scared to leave blots, but here in the early game, when both sides have a 1-point board, you shouldn't be afraid of being hit. Having this builder, having this checker here, allows you to create a lot of good rolls next. Okay, as well here you have some good rolls next, like 6-5 that can make the advanced anchor, 5-4, 4-3. I'm sorry, 4-3 and 3-2 can make these anchors. when your back checkers are split, it creates like multiple good things. Number one, it's easier to escape at least one checker. That's one of the major things you want to do. Number two, it makes it easier to create an advanced anchor, which I discussed. Number three, it produces more coverage of the opponent's side of the board. So if they leave a blot on the outfield, there are more numbers that can hit it. Okay. So this was a no double, but still a take. No double and obviously a take. So what could we have done to make it a double? What if it's escaped all the way? It's still not a double. It's just like because of the score. Um, what if this were a little closer? Now it's still not a double. What if it were there? Getting closer. So now it becomes a double because of the threat of just escaping this one. But when you look at the original position, there's not a lot. It's just basically because of the score that you're doubling. So let's see what score it would be a double. Let's look at 4-way, 2-way. Even a 4-way, 2-way, it's still not a double. Okay, and that's a score where you really want to double. So there's just not enough here. All right, now with the 6-1. Okay, again, this was very passive. You should take this opportunity to make the bar point, resulting in this. If you get hit, you get hit. It does duplicate the 3-1 and 5-3 somewhat because that makes that point. All right, then the 2-1 down and slot. So that's what you can do when there's one checker back. The other thing is when you split, you have stacks and more than 8 checkers in the zone. When you split like this, rolls like double 5 and double 4 and double 6 become very powerful. And you can actually see that by doing the dice distribution here. So let's look at it here. Like here, you see the double 5s and double 6s are bad here, and double 4s, but they're not quite so bad here. Okay, the other thing you could do is look at the graph. I like a 2D graph. It's a little hard to do because they're not in order. But you see the double 4 is really bad here, the double 6, double 5. Whereas here, double 5 is, where's double 5? I can't even find it. It's there. If the opponent rolls double 5s and you're not split, it's much better for you. So that's how to use the dice distribution tool. What you do is you highlight the 2, you right click, go to dice distribution, and I double click on this area to make it a 2D graph. Makes it just a little easier for me to look at. And other things you can do, hit the icon with the most red bars, that gives the strongest data, and then you can look at the map. So this shows you 6 by 6, double 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, and so forth, and average. These are not on the same color scale, but you can see these double 6s and double 5s are really bad, but not quite so bad after the top play. Okay. So then he makes the bar point, and with the 2-1, again, here it doesn't like the splitting, but this time it's close. You really have to do this, and then the 2, you just lose. Do you lose more gammons? A little bit. Okay. Then the double 5 was a great roll. 5, 2 was forced. 6, 2. Okay, so that was interesting. A lot of people, I suspect, would have played just 13 to 5 like this. But this is the idea. This is called a double tiger play, when you put 2 checkers on the bar and leave 2 blots in the board. So you notice there are 10 checkers in the zone. The way I can tell that is because there are 4 checkers here and 1 checker here. So that's 15. That's 5, and you start with 15, of course. So that leaves 10 over here. When you have a lot of checkers in the zone, you just want to kind of go for it. Okay. And the board is stronger. Okay. Then it was double 5. So let's see what it did. Yeah, come in and make the 3-point. And the 6-1, the 1 was forced and the 6 was down. Then the 4-3, just bring one down, bringing more builders. And the 4-2, okay, so this is not the right idea. I mean, you can slot this point, you really want to make it. But if you want to do that, this is the better idea, but I preferred this. All right, double 2. Okay, so let's see what it do. 13-11. Oh yeah, 13-11 is not the right idea. So if you're going to play 13-11, you make that point. But the idea is you make the bar point, or you make the 4-point. And then you slot here. Okay, after this play, you're not slotting and you're leaving a shot there. So what happens here is if you're hit, you have a double shot. But if you're missed, you have a really good chance of making that point. Whereas after this play, if you're missed, it's going to be much harder to make the bar point. Okay, and you can see that in the dice distribution. If you look at the graph here, look at the second roll. So it's loading, but you see all these 6s are really good. Like 6-2, 5-1, 6-5, 6-4. Whereas here, you really need the right 6 to make that point. All right, and then it was a 6-2. So let's put it back on arrow. Comes out and hit. That was a good roll. The double 5. Okay, so the other option was the shifting play, which is here. It was close, but you can just hit loose when the checkers there. So like maybe the shift is right if the board is like this. Yeah, so now this is where you want to shift, resulting in this position. Here, when there are 2 blots, you can afford to leave a blot there. But when there are no blots, you don't want to do that, okay? So always look at the entire position. Oftentimes, the other side of the board will tell you what to do on this side of the board. Okay, then the 6-4 couldn't come in. The 4-2 hits and comes in. 6-1, that was forced. 3-2 comes in. And yeah, this one was weird. Excuse me. Yeah, you don't really want to bring this builder up here. Just come up closer. The 5-1 was forced. And the double 1. Yeah, no need to slot that. That was an overplay. Yeah. The 4-2 comes in, hits, and the 4-3 hits with the 4, and the 3 was a little better to come up. Okay. Then the 3-2 looks like these 2 plays are close. Okay, it likes the 7-4. Couldn't move. 3-2 hits and covers. The 5-3 was really good for red. Double 4 is awkward. You see what happens in these 1-2 back games when you don't have time. 6-3 is forced. The 5-3, look, it prefers hitting and continuing. Keeps them on the bar, gives you some time to kind of bring things out. So that was a 6-3 comes in and plays out. The 9-1, the 5-3 is forced, 9-1. And then the double 6, it could have made the, yeah, or even done something like this, which results in this position. This is actually really nice because it protects. If you roll 2-1 or something, you can get hit. This prime is just holding everything back. Okay, and then the double 4 was forced. And then 5-4. Oh, yeah. Didn't like. You really don't want checkers here on the deep points. Okay, you want them on the higher points. And the reason for that is because when you're bearing off against these anchors, you need spares on the higher points for flexibility. So the 6-2 comes out, 3-1 hits, 5-1 is just forced. The 5-2 brings another checker in, and it looks like it was tied with this one. Okay. 3-2 was forced, 6-2, again, you don't want to do that. You just want to bring it 14-6. You're not really worried about the fly shots. 6-5 is forced. 5-3, again, you don't want to do this. You want to just bring things down. This just put things in the wrong place. Now you have this awkward stack that's going to create inflexibility or a lack of flexibility. The 5-2 comes around. The double 5, yeah, you come and make the point. Double 4 was forced. And the 5-4, yeah, this was a blunder. Look, you just bear it off. This leaves a shot immediately. So that's what it does at like some of the lower levels. Like this is advanced. And then the double one is played there. 6-5. These are all close. But you just don't want to leave a shot, obviously. And the 3-1. So against the 2-point board, you don't really have to worry about this. But let's say we're a stronger board. Let's see what it says here. Yeah, here it's close. It's tied. You see the top two clearing the 5-point is tied with bearing one off. Whereas here against the 2-point board, it's much better. Let's do the plus analysis just to have the higher level of analysis. But here now it's a big error. 5-4 hits, brings another one out, and then just comes around. 6-2 comes out. Okay. 5-3 was forced. 5-1 hits. 4-1. Okay. It's better to just bring things closer to home. Like this. Oh, there you go. Then the 4-3. Okay, let's see what it likes here. You just need to spread the checkers like this to provide outfield coverage. So 6-3 was good. It comes out and hits. The 2-1, the 1 is forced. And it likes 18-16 by a little bit. But these are very close. 5-3. Look at that. It prefers hitting. Okay. I guess the reason for that is you've got the builders for this, and you don't want to leave like a double 6 that just kind of gets him back into the game. So then it was a 6-4. Should have stayed back. And 6-3. Okay, and that was just a bear off. And that was it. So this was at the advanced level, so you see how they play. And that was the match. So that was a 3-point match, XG versus XG, bot versus bot. This is a great way to learn. It's actually really nice because you don't have to put in a lot of mental energy. Like when you're playing yourself, you just get to watch it. And then you go through and look at it, and you look at the errors and see whether you would have made those same errors. And if so, you can kind of look at the reasons why. And what you do is you modify the position, paste it on a different board to see what effects it has, either for a checker play or for a cube action. You can also modify the score and things like that. You can look at the dice distribution. I showed you some of those tools. These are all great ways to learn. I encourage my students to use these tools to learn and improve. They're really valuable. So that was another Backgammon Bot versus Bot commentary. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you'd like to see in future videos so I can work on it. I appreciate your super thanks. These small donations help me continue to create the high quality content that you enjoy. And with the membership feature, you can get exclusive access to the most popular videos. My book, Backgammon Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is also in the description. I look forward to seeing you in future videos, and until then, keep rolling your dice.